Hey, so today I'm going to talk about the question of should you buy a home? I don't know. Maybe you should, maybe you shouldn't. There are a few things you want to go and ask yourself before getting into a really major decision, such as owning a piece of real property. First and foremost, the real big question is are you able to? So, if you're not able to go and purchase something in all cash, you have to go and get a mortgage for the property, more than likely, right? In most mortgage companies, you're going to look for a minimum credit score of about 680. They're going to take a look at what's referred to as your debt to income ratio. That is taking a look at what is your gross pay before taxes are taken out. What are your other debts? And they're going to credit you somewhere between 40% to upwards of 55%, 60% in VA cases of whatever your pre tax income is. That's a lot, right? No one should ever be spending 40% of their pre tax income on just housing, just your principal and interest payments, property taxes, and your property insurance. That would be very, very unwise. Actually, HUD, Housing and Urban Development, recommends that you spend no more than 30% of your take home pay on housing. That's found to be a much more wise way to go about things. Nevertheless, so you want to go and find out if you have qualifications to go and meet that kind of a payment level first. Now, okay, you know that you're able to, that's great. Should you, is the other question. Well, if you're someone who plans to not be in Western New York for, let's say, less than 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, might not be a great idea to go and purchase a property. Well, why is that? Frankly, if you take a look at how much money goes into the original mortgage acquisition, buying the property, and your closing costs on that end, then how much you're paying on the closing cost side when you go and sell a property. If you're owning it for less than 5 years historically, even though there's going to be appreciation during that time frame, all those gains are going to be swallowed up by the cost of closing on both the buy and the sell side. So you're not really going to see true equity growth that you're really walking away with until after about that fifth year. So it really is good sage advice to go and make sure whatever you're buying, you're going to be in there for at least half a decade, ideally longer, to experience the true benefits of equity growth. So with keeping that in mind, that'd be spot number two. The other thing you want to consider is, can you commit yourself to being in one place for that length of time? Is there a particular township that you want to go and be in for that length of time? Is there a particular type of housing that's going to go and suit your needs, over the course of another decade? Is there going to be enough space not only for now, but growing into the future? What about the actual neighborhood itself? Do you want to be in a spot where there are lots of neighbors around? Do you want to be someplace where it's a bit more rural and secluded? Do you want more land? Right? These are all important factors to keep in mind. The biggest driving force should, in fact, be financial, though. Many times I hear people come into my office and they say, hey, I'm just throwing money away. I'm burning it every time I'm going and paying for monthly rental. And that's true. You're not building any equity when doing that. The one nice thing about renting, though, is that your monthly payment that you're paying to your landlord, that's going to be the maximum amount you're ever going to spend on housing every single month. When you're dealing with owning a home, your monthly mortgage payment that's going out to the bank every month, that's going to be the lowest housing payment you're ever going to have every single month, because there inevitably will be some kind of repair that will take place. Now, my wife and I, we've been in our home for about 3 years that we're currently in now, and from all intents and purposes, seemed like a good home, well built, not tremendously old. And I can tell you, we went through, mechanics look good. And just in the course of the last 3 years, we've had to go and replace the entire air conditioner. We've had to go and replace the entire water heater. We've had issues with faucets just leaking, small stuff like that. Some pumps going bad, but there's always usually a little bit of something. There's landscaping that has to be done. There's snow plowing that has to be taken care of. There's lawn cutting that has to be taken care of. If you're not paying someone to do it, you're buying a lawnmower for those things, right? So there's all these little things that you have to go and take into consideration that add up in addition to that monthly housing payment every month, right? So if you're someone who can save well, it's a good thing. You're always going to want to make sure you have a decent amount in reserves whenever you own property. Usually a wise budget to go and recommend is about 1% of the purchase price amount. Expect that to be paid out on home maintenance, general repairs every single year, right? About 1% of whatever that purchase price is, budget for that to be spent on stuff you didn't expect to come up. So that's kind of the quick overview, things to kind of consider about whether or not you're in a good position to be a homeowner. And hopefully that information is helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to go and comment down below. Would love to go and field any of those questions for you. And if you're looking to get into the process, feel free to contact me. I'll have some of my contact details as well. Thanks, guys. Bye.